Hello, hello. Hey, what up? What up? What up, Nikki? How's it going? Let me see. What's up? What's up,
All
Spicy?
right.
All right. What up, Emily? How's it going today?
Good
How's
morning.
everybody
Can
doing
you
today?
be seated? Yes.
It's loud than a mug. Hey, thank you. Hey, what up, Katie? How's it going? Hey, thank you for that daily heart. Highly appreciate that, Nikki, if you will.
So which one? I'm so sorry. Sorry, I don't have it physically for which language. So which one? The first one, the one that's created.
What up, Katie? Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah, I saw. I noticed about maybe 20 minutes ago. So I started it back up, Emily.
Good morning. This is the time set for the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for July 3rd, 2025.
Hey, what up? Straight up Wood
Buenos días,
2021.
este es el calendario de la comparecencia inicial del día de hoy, 8 de la mañana, 3 de julio.
Hello, Governor.
The course orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 1st of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar.
Hey, Barbie, thank you. Highly
Las
appreciate that.
órdenes emitidas el primero del mes con respecto a la toma de huellas dactilares
Wait, what
y
up,
muestras del
Jerome?
ADN aplican en
Oh,
todos los
mute.
casos.
I am Commissioner Dyer, and I'm going to explain a few things to you before we get started.
What up, Hector?
Soy la
What up, Robin?
comisionada Dyer, les voy a explicar
What up,
algunas
Lori?
cosas antes
What
de
up,
comenzar.
Danny?
First, I'm going to call each of you one by one to the podium.
Juan.
Primero que nada, los llamaré uno por uno al podio.
I will ask you for your first and last name and your date of birth.
Les voy a pedir su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento.
Hey, what up, Tita?
I will advise you as to why you are here,
Les voy a informar la razón por la que están aquí,
whether or not an attorney has been appointed to represent you,
y si se
What up,
les
what
ha
up,
asignado
Maui?
un abogado para que los represente,
Welcome. And everybody,
and your future court date.
welcome.
y la fecha de sus audiencias futuras.
I will then advise you to what your bond will be if you are eligible for bond,
Luego les informaré si tienen el derecho a una fianza, cuál es la cantidad,
and I will advise you of your release conditions.
y también les indicaré las condiciones para su puesta en libertad.
Some of you may have some
What up,
questions while
Nicole?
I'm providing this advisement to you.
Algunos de ustedes tal vez tengan preguntas mientras yo les doy esta información a ustedes.
I just request that you hold your questions until I complete the advisement.
Hey, we Scottish.
Les pido que guarden sus preguntas hasta que yo haya
you.
terminado con el
What up,
aviso.
Lindsay? Thank you, Lisa.
And just as a reminder, this is a recorded proceeding.
Oh, it is recorded. You
Y
better
un
believe that.
recordatorio, esta es una diligencia grabada.
You best believe that.
You do have the right to remain silent.
Anything you use,
Tienen el
anything you
derecho
say
de
can and will
permanecer
be
en
used
silencio.
against you in a court of law, if you
So
will.
your questions should be directed only towards your release conditions.
Así de que las preguntas deben de ser únicamente con respecto a las condiciones para su puesta en libertad
And not about the facts of your case.
y no de los hechos de su caso.
All legal questions should be directed towards your attorney.
Todas las preguntas legales deberán de ser dirigidas a su abogado.
Anything that you say could be used against you.
What? I've
Cualquier
heard this
cosa que
episode
digan podría
before.
usarse en su contra.
So that is the purpose of this reminder.
Ese es el propósito de este recordatorio.
The first person that I'm calling to the podium is Jesus Garcia.
Jesus, come on
Jesús García,
down.
pase al podio, por favor.
What do you guys think Jesus did? Was he on his way to
And
church?
Mr. Espinoza, will you please have a seat in the chair?
Espinosa, siéntese en la silla.
Rugs, DV.
Mr. Garcia, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Señor García, dígame su nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento.
Jesús Alberto Sánchez García, día 12, mes 02, año 2002.
Jesús Alberto Sánchez García, 2/12/2002. Maria Corp, Court Interpreter's Office.
Hey, Tails, thank you for that gift. I
Sir, you
appreciate
are
you.
here
Edgar.
today on a new case.
What up,
Señor,
Jason?
¿usted está aquí porque tiene un caso nuevo?
You were charged with one count of disorderly conduct with a weapon or deadly instrument, a Class 6 felony.
What?
Tiene un punto acusatorio de conducta desordenada con arma mortal o un arma, que es delito categoría 6.
What up, Four Eyes?
And
Hopefully you're good.
discharging a firearm in a city limit, a Class 6 felony.
Y disparar un arma en los límites de la ciudad, que es un delito categoría 6.
Come on, compa, you're a day early. 4th
I
of
did
July is
find
not till
probable
tomorrow.
cause as to both counts.
Determino que existe motivo fundado con respecto a ambas acusaciones.
I did appoint an attorney to represent you.
Grand
Le
Rising.
asigné un abogado para que lo represente.
What up, Bonnie?
We will have a status conference hearing on July 9th at 8:30.
Tendrá una audiencia de repaso el día 9 de julio a las 8:30.
Really?
And a preliminary hearing on July 11th at 8:30.
That's
Y una
bananas.
audiencia preliminar el 11 de julio a las 8:30.
You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500.
Tiene una fianza para asegurar su comparecencia de $2,500.
You have the following release conditions if you are able to
Bien.
post bond.
Si usted puede depositar el dinero de la fianza, tendrá las siguientes condiciones.
You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime.
No puede regresar a la escena del supuesto delito.
You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim or victims.
No puede
And you cannot possess any weapons.
y tampoco se le permite posesión de armas.
Failure
En cumplimiento con estas condiciones,
or failure to
Sorry,
appear for
no,
your
don't
court
see ya.
date
What up, Joey?
o si no se presenta
loss of any bond that you post.
resultará en que pierda el dinero de la fianza que haya depositado.
What up, John?
A warrant would issue for your arrest.
It has been a long
Se
time.
emitirá orden de
Y will.
aprehensión en su contra
An additional bond could be imposed.
y se le podría imponer una fianza adicional.
Hey, Simona, did you start your new
This
job yet?
completes my advisement to you.
Sheen Gators.
Ese es mi aviso para usted.
If you have no questions for me,
Si no tiene ninguna pregunta para mí,
Monday,
please
all right.
start. You
I'm
have a
excited
question?
for you.
¿tiene pregunta?
El día de hoy quedaré arrestado.
So will I stay in custody?
You ain't going nowhere, homeboy.
You will stay in custody if you are unable to post bond.
Él quedará detenido si no puede depositar el dinero de la fianza.
Ok, son 2,500, ¿verdad? Dice.
Did you say 2,500?
It will be 10% plus collateral
What up,
of the
I'm not the one.
2,500.
What up, Maribel?
10% más un colateral de ese 2,500.
Ok, si no tengo todo el dinero ahorita, pero tengo una parte.
What
What
up,
if I don't
Chris?
have the full amount, but I do have a part of it?
What do you think? This is IOU time?
You have to post the 10% of the $2,500.
What up,
You
Tadebe?
have to pay that.
Tiene que depositar
order-
el 10%.
Yeah, if you got
salir.
collateral.
Ok, perfecto.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so if you'll step to your left, the officer will give
Hacia
you
la
a
What up,
izquierda.
Nana? Up next on The Price is
Mr.
Wrong.
Espinoza, will you please come to the podium?
Señor Espinosa, pase al podio.
Man, another day, another arrest.
Okay. We're gonna call Mr. Garcia had one more question.
It's
¿Tiene una
8:14
pregunta más,
a.m.
señor García?
Ok, pues, para poder depositar el dinero tengo que salir. ¿Puedo salir para poder depositar el dinero?
Nah, you
To
can't
be
get
able
out.
to get the money, I need to get out. Can I get out so I can deposit the money?
That's not how this works.
The deputies have information on how you post bond, what that process is.
Los agentes le pueden dar información del proceso para depositar ese dinero.
I think it was Hector.
Dale, thank you. Lo que pasa que la pregunta era porque pues vivo solo aquí aquí en Estados Unidos, mi familia es de Acapulco y por eso.
He
tengo
lives
que
in the
salir
United
para
States by
poder
himself.
depositar el dinero.
His family's in
The
Acapulco.
reason why I was asking is because I live in the U.S. by myself. My family is in Acapulco.
Okay, so my answer remains the same.
Mi respuesta sigue siendo la misma.
She don't give a crap.
Okay, perfecto. Thank you.
Should have thought about that before you started.
Mr. Espinoza, will you please come to the podium?
Before you pulled
Señor
out that
Espinosa,
dang
pase al
thing, if you
podio.
will. What do you guys think this paisa
Sir,
did?
can you please state your
If
first
you
and
will.
last name and your date of birth?
Nombre
Juárez
completo y fecha de
Espinosa.
nacimiento.
Juárez Espinosa, German.
More amazing interviews.
060696.
Jay, what up?
Mr. Espinoza, you've requested a court interpreter, but you're answering my questions as I'm speaking to you in English, and you're also responding in English. So I want to confirm that you require a court interpreter.
Señor Espinosa, usted pidió un intérprete en español, pero está respondiendo a mis preguntas en inglés. Quiero confirmar, ¿necesita intérprete en español?
Solo hay unas cosas que a veces no entiendo en el inglés. Era solo en caso de algo que no entendía.
So,
Oh, this was just in case I didn't understand something, because sometimes I don't understand some things.
President
if you
Chalino.
require a court interpreter, you have to wait until the court interpreter interprets what I'm saying.
Si usted necesita un intérprete en español, necesita esperar hasta que el intérprete interprete lo que yo le estoy diciendo.
What up, Laura? Hello, Laura.
You
Okay.
also have to respond in Spanish.
Y también tiene que responder en español.
Okay.
So we're going to start from the beginning. Also, I need the sheriff to come.
What? They muted it. All right, so well, go ahead and take this time to go ahead and welcome everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of You Have a Collect Call. Today we are in the state of Arizona, in the county of Maricopa, the city of Phoenix. If that makes any sense to any of you guys. So we just started up right now. This would be, I think, the second case so far. And right now we're doing interpreters. I'm not sure if you guys could tell back here, but right here, do you see where this light is on right here? Somebody has a private attorney, so it should be an interesting case. Let me see. Wait, what up, corn dog? Hell yeah, Phoenix 602. It made sense, if you will. What up, Denise?
All right, Mr. Espinoza, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento.
Germán Juárez Espinosa, 6 de junio de 1996.
Germán Juárez Espinosa, June 6, 1996.
His cat? Oh, I did see
So
that
you
yesterday.
are here today on a new case.
But I don't know what he did. No, hold on.
You were charged with the following:
Pima, right?
one count of
acusa-
sorry,
Le acusan de lo siguiente.
one count of organized retail theft, class 4 felony, alleged to have occurred. 2 counts alleged to have occurred on March 9th of 2025.
2 puntos acusatorios de robo organizado de una tienda, delito categoría número 4, que se alega que ocurrieron el 9 de marzo de este año.
No, Joey, it doesn't.
One count of organized retail theft, a class 4 felony, alleged to have occurred on March 12th, 2025.
Thank you, Hector.
Un punto acusatorio de robo organizado de una tienda, delito categoría 4, que se alega que ocurrió el 12 de marzo.
2 counts of organized retail theft, a class 4 felony, alleged to occur on March 22nd of 2025.
Yeah, I know a lot of you
2
guys don't like
puntos
this judge.
acusatorios de robo organizado en una tienda, delito categoría 4, que se alega que ocurrió el 22 de marzo.
No wonder I'm paying so much for my batteries
1
now.
count of organized retail theft, a class 4 felony, alleged to have occurred on March 26th of 2025.
Un punto acusatorio de robo organizado de una tienda, que es delito categoría 4, se
What up,
alega que
Hayden?
ocurrió el 25 de marzo.
2 counts of organized retail theft, class 4 felonies,
Thank you
alleged
for
to have
that follow,
occurred on
Max.
March 29th of 2025.
2 puntos acusatorios de robo organizado en una tienda, delito categoría 4, del 29 de marzo.
A shoplifting spree, if
1
you will.
count of organized retail theft, alleged to have occurred on April 16th of 2025.
Un punto de robo organizado en una tienda, delito categoría 4, se alega que ocurrió el 16 de abril de este año.
One count of organized retail theft, class 4 felony,
What up,
alleged to have occurred
Jonathan?
on April 18th of 2025.
Wow.
Y un punto de robo organizado que se alega que ocurrió el día 18 de abril de este año.
One count of organized retail theft, class 4 felony, alleged to have occurred on May 5th of 2025.
What up, Rissa?
Otro punto de robo organizado que se alega que ocurrió el 5 de mayo.
I speak that street
Two
Spanish.
counts of organized retail theft, class 4 felony,
Five-figure
alleged to have
discount.
occurred on May 6th of 2025.
Dos puntos acusatorios de robo organizado, delito categoría 4 que se alega que ocurrieron el 6 de
Retail theft alleged to have occurred on May 7th of 2025.
Otro punto de robo organizado que se alega que ocurrió el 7 de mayo.
One count of organized retail theft, a class 4 felony, alleged to have occurred on May 25th of 2025.
Jonathan, right?
Otro punto de robo organizado, delito categoría 4 que se alega que ocurrió el 25 de mayo.
One count of organized retail theft, alleged to have occurred on June 13th of 2025.
Y otro punto que se alega de robo organizado que se alega que ocurrió el 13 de junio de este año.
Hey, thank you, Pumpkin.
One count of organized retail theft, a class 4 felony, alleged to have occurred on June 25th of 2025.
Otro punto de robo organizado, delito categoría 4 que se alega que fue del 25 de junio.
Damn, this guy was taking anything that was not
Two
nailed
counts
down
of
or
organized
bolted down.
retail theft, class 4 felony, alleged to have occurred
Hey,
on
you're right,
June
Rebecca.
30th of 2025.
What up, No Face?
Dos puntos
Hola.
acusatorios de robo organizado, delito categoría 4 que se alega que ocurrieron el 30 de junio.
20 counts of trafficking stolen property in the first degree, a class 2 felony.
Hey, for those of you wondering,
20 puntos
we're
acusatorios
going to have
de
court
tráfico
tomorrow,
de
4th of
propiedad
July. We're
robada,
going to
que
have
son
4th of
delitos
July
categoría
court,
2.
if you will. What? 4th of
Alleged to
July
have
court?
occurred on March 9th of 2025.
Oh, yeah. Hey, thank you for that daily heart,
Que
No
se
Face.
alega que ocurrieron el 9
20
de
counts.
marzo de este año.
I did find probable cause as to all the alleged charges.
Determino que existe motivo fundado con respecto a todas las acusaciones.
I did appoint an attorney to represent you.
Probably
Le
around
asigné
this
un
time
abogado
tomorrow.
para que lo represente.
You have a status conference hearing on July 17th at 8:30.
Sosa, 40
Tiene una audiencia de repaso el 17 de julio
Yeehaw!
a las 8:30.
Hey, thank you for that hat and the mustache.
And a preliminary hearing on July 21st at 8:30.
Una audiencia preliminar el 21 de julio a las 8:30.
They didn't say if it was Walmart or Target or Circle K, right?
I am inclined to release you to pretrial services.
And they're letting this fool out?
Estoy inclinándome a ponerlo en libertad.
Somebody better
bajo la
notify Target and
supervisión de la
Walmart.
Agencia de Control de Procesados.
You do have to promise to appear for your court dates.
Better put that
Usted
fool's
tiene que
mugshot
prometer que se
on
presentará a
the
sus
wall.
audiencias.
Do you promise to appear for your court dates?
Sí,
¿Promete presentarse para sus audiencias?
Scout Honor.
Lo prometo.
I promise.
Sir, I will tell you
He's gonna get indicted.
that I debated as to whether or not
Big
to impose
Sosa.
a bond to the number of charges and the number of victims.
Señor, tengo que decirle que dudé si le imponían una fianza debido a la cantidad de víctimas y a la cantidad de
Hey, but
delitos.
what I want to know, does he have a 4.0
I did also
GPA?
take into consideration the
That's what
state's
I need to know.
recommendation that you receive a $25,000 secured appearance bond.
También tomé en consideración lo que la fiscalía está pidiendo, que le fije una fianza de $25,000.
In reviewing your criminal history,
From Yale.
Y revisando sus antecedentes
You
penales.
guys remember.
you
From
do not have
Harvard.
any prior criminal history.
Usted no tiene antecedentes penales.
So I am giving you an opportunity to be released on supervised release.
Así que le
Opportunity.
estoy dando la oportunidad que quede en libertad bajo supervisión.
You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crimes. You cannot
No puede
initiate any contact.
No puede regresar a la escena del supuesto delito y no puede tener comunicación.
You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims.
Con las supuestas víctimas.
And you cannot have any contact with your alleged co-defendant.
Ni tampoco puede tener comunicación con sus supuestos coacusados.
failure to comply with your release conditions,
cumplimiento a estas condiciones
or failure to appear for your court date,
o incumplimiento a su asistencia de sus próximas audiencias,
will result in a warrant issuing for your arrest
resultará en una orden de aprehensión en su contra
and a bond will be imposed.
y le impondrían una fianza.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende usted?
Sí, lo entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
This completes my advisement to you.
Terminamos el aviso.
If you have no questions for me,
Somebody will beat him someday,
Si no tiene
John.
ninguna otra pregunta para mí,
What up, Jerome?
if you'll please step to your left, the officer will
pase a la
give you your
izquierda a
paperwork.
recoger sus documentos.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Is this Ms. Fisher?
What I want to know is how the hell was he shoplifting in those damn tight jeans? Where the hell was he
Ms.
stuffing the
Clark,
merchandise at?
Can you
Yes, Your Honor.
inquire? Can you inquire as to whether anybody else is in need of your services
Who was
before
Big
I
Sosa?
excuse you?
Yes, Your Honor. ¿Hay
Sosa was a
alguien más que
legend.
necesite intérprete en español? Si es así, levanten la mano. Any hands?
Hey, what up,
No hands
MJ?
have been raised. Thank you so much for assisting us this morning. You may be excused.
Thank you.
Okay, I am now going to call Jesus Bueno. He requires the.
What do they say about tall guys? Big tall guys, big prison wallet, big prison trunk, if you will. The tall guys means long socks. Hey, Kayla, thank you for the follow. Who's stealing in tight jeans? That's what I couldn't steal in tight jeans. I could tell you that much. No way, no how. It's not gonna happen.
And is the interpreter able to hear me okay?
I can. Are you able to hear me?
Yes. Mr. Bueno, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Oh, sign language interpreter.
I can't see her very well. Can I move closer? My eyes are not good. I can't see her from
Yes, he can come to the front.
That looks like my wife's brother. I'm gonna go tell my wife, hey, I think your brother got caught. Hey, that fool does look like my wife's brother.
Is that better?
It's okay.
Be
It's
like,
fuzzy. It's my eyes. It's okay. Yeah, the police just beat me up. So
Okay, sir, can you state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Jesus, Miguel,
Be like, hey, they cut your brother.
Bueno,
No bueno.
and 09, 29, 1987.
Sir, you are here today for two matters. Oh, okay. You are here today on two matters. You have one new case and you have a probation violation warrant. On your new case, you were charged with one count of theft and means of transportation, a class 3 felony, alleged to have occurred on July 2nd of 2025. I did find probable cause as to that offense. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on July 9th at 8:30
Hey, what up, Annette?
and a preliminary hearing on July 11th at 8:30. And you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. As to your probation violation warrant, I did appoint an attorney to represent you
I
in
did
that
tell her.
matter.
She was like, that don't look like my
You have
brother.
a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 10th at 8:30. That warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. If you are able to post bond You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim. You cannot possess any weapons.
I don't
And
watch
you
movies
must
in here.
contact probation within 72 hours of your release. Failure to comply with your release conditions or to appear for your court date would result in a loss of any bond that you post. Warrants will issue for your arrest. An additional bond could be imposed. This completes my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Yeah, he's deaf. Yeah, so he has an interpreter that you guys can't see on the screen that's interpreting for him.
I don't have a phone, so I don't know how to contact my PO. I haven't been able to contact my PO because I don't have a phone. So it's really kind of fucked up.
Plus, how is he going to talk to his PO unless his
so
PO
we're
knows
not
sign
gonna
language?
swear. That is disrespectful.
Huh? What? What's disrespectful?
You will have a probation hearing, so you will see your probation officer.
I just need some help.
Okay, so I'm trying to explain what that process will be.
Oh, he was swearing?
Because you have a probation violation warrant, you're going to be seen on your probation matter on July 10th at 8:30.
Thank you for that, Daily Heart.
I have also appointed an attorney to represent you. So hopefully your attorney will see you soon, or at least on the day of your court date. And whatever issues need to be worked out as far as communication can be done at your court, during your court date with your probation officer and your attorney.
Do you guys love the TikTok shop, or do you guys like the TikTok shop? We can't see the interpreter. She's very tiny.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. She didn't understand my sign help. I signed help. She didn't understand my sign help. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Interpreter, I believe that takes care of all the matters that we require your assistance on, so you may be excused at this time.
I need to learn how to swear in sign language, right, Hector? All right. So back to the regularly scheduled programming here. All right, she turned the camera around. I never seen this judge before. I want to see her. Oh,
Mr.
she looks
Davis,
like Whoopi Goldberg.
Will you please come to the podium?
Kind of.
Mr. Schlarbaum, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
Oh, she turned off the camera. I Googled her, and yes, she does. Right? I can't see her.
Sir, right here. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Daniel Davis, July 22nd, 1972.
Damn, that fool's 10 years older than
Sir,
me.
you were here today on a new case. You were charged with 22 counts of burglary in the third degree, a class 4 felony alleged to have occurred on July 2nd of 2025, and then 30 counts of burglary in the third degree, unlawful injury.
30
a class
counts?
4 felony.
That fool's going to prison.
Occurred on July 2nd of 2025.
He might be in prison,
And
though.
2 counts of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to all of it. Okay, this isn't my changes because I did appoint an attorney to represent him.
55,
I did
52?
appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter.
Technically 52.
Okay.
He's been very, very busy stocking up for Christmas.
You will have a status conference hearing on July 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 11th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims, and you cannot have any contact with the alleged co-defendant.
What up,
Failure to
Justin?
comply with your release conditions or to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would
$215?
issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed.
What kind of
This
drive?
takes care of everything that
What are
I
you
need to
driving?
advise you of today. If you have no questions
A
for me,
Maserati?
if you will step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
Isn't that oil change like $65, $70 now?
Your charges are loose in here. They're not ever posted on there. Just take a seat on the left.
Mr. Schlabram, if you'll please come to the podium, and Ms.
Chevy Traverse.
Pascali, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
Shit,
Okay, sir, you have to put your arms through your shirt.
Sorry.
he's so tired and cold.
Thank you.
I got
Can you
ripped.
please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Todd Starlum, 5182.
Thank you. You were here today on a new case. You were charged with 22 counts of burglary in the second degree, a class 3 felony, alleged to have occurred on July 2nd of this year, 30 counts of burglary in the third degree, unlawful entry, a class 4 felony, alleged to have
Coincidence?
occurred on July 2nd,
I think
2025,
not.
and 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a class 4 felony.
That's his crime
I
partner.
did find probable cause as to all of the counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You do have a status conference hearing on July 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 11th at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crimes. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims, and you cannot have any contact with the alleged co-defendant. Failure to comply with your release conditions or to appear for your court dates will result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed.
Who do you think is
This
going to
takes care
tell
of
on
everything
who?
that I needed to advise you of this morning.
Who do you
If
think is
have
going to
questions
cut a
for me,
deal with
you'll
the
step to your
DA?
left, officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Ms. Pascali, if you'll please come to the podium, and Mr.
VR, I'm not
Diaz,
sure.
if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
I don't know of any Vegas courts that are open to the public. But if you know some, shoot him.
So, ma'am, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Carrie DePasquale,
And your date of birth?
on July 25th, 1986.
Thank you. You were here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of aggravated robbery, a class 3 felony, and 1 count of assault with an intent to injure, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on July 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 11th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. If you are able to post bond, you
that's
cannot return
right.
to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim. You cannot have any contact with the alleged co-defendant, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of this morning. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Diab, if you'll please come to the podium, and Mr. Vanderslice, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
I think the preliminary hearing.
Hello, sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Ahmed Diab, cover 1593.
Thank you. You were here today on 3 matters. You have 1 new case, and then you have 2 probation violation warrants. On your new case, you were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to all 3 counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a status conference hearing.
This guy looks like the missing link.
And a preliminary hearing on July 11th at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. As to your probation violation warrants, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in both matters. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 10th at 8:30. Each of those warrants had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. So between your 3 cases, you have a total secured appearance bond of $2,500. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and
What up, man?
you can't possess any weapons. A failure to comply with your release conditions or appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. So this takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of today. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Damn.
Mr. Vanderslice, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Moreno, if you'll please have a seat in the
Next,
chair.
Jack in the Box. Who put that manager? John. Hey, what up, Paula?
Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Philip Vanderslice, 09/18/97.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of criminal trespass in a residential structure, a class 6 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on July 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 11th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,500. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of this morning. If you have no questions for me, feel please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you, Paula.
There's no possible way of getting a pretrial release.
Sir, I reviewed your criminal history.
I'm not the same.
You're
person.
asking me a question, and I'm trying to answer it. So
You're not the same
if
what?
you want me to answer your question, I will. If you just want to talk, then you can do that too. Which would you like for me to do? So I reviewed your criminal history, and you have a history of victim offenses. You have a history of some violent offenses, and then in reviewing the probable cause statement, some of the information that I found probable cause on was some of these statements that were attributed to you. So I am concerned about whether or not you will appear for court, because I do note that one of your felony convictions is regarding escape from custody.
But it wasn't me, Your Honor.
So I have concern about flight risk. I have concern about continued offenses that would result in more victims. So I want to ensure that you appear for court. I want to ensure that the community is safe with you in it, especially just based on some of the information that I reviewed in the probable cause statement. So I believe that a secured appearance bond is appropriate. Those are the things that I have to consider when I am making a determination on release conditions. And so based on all that information, I do believe that a bond is appropriate.
What about ankle monitor?
So I've already told you, I answered your question.
What do you think this is like,
and I gave
wheeling
you all the reasons why I'm ordering what I'm ordering. I'm not changing my order.
How much for the bond?
10% of $1,500.
Yeah, it's $150.
Collateral.
Put up 3 PlayStation 3s or PlayStation 5s. You'll be all right.
Thank you.
Next!
Mr. Moreno, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Kelly, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
Up next on The Price is Wrong.
Yes, sir, will you please state your first and last name and
This
your
over
date
here,
of birth?
rubbernecking.
Heriberto Moreno, 10/26/1997.
Thank you. You are here today on 3 matters. You have 1 direct complaint and then 2 probation matters. A direct complaint was filed where you were charged with 1 count of shoplifting, but using an artifice, a class 4 felony, alleged to occur on January 11th of this year. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You do have a status conference hearing on July 9th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing on July 11th at 8:30, and the direct complaint had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,000. Then as to your 2 probation matters, when I reviewed the reasons for the violation, I note that the direct complaint has offenses that had occurred prior to your probation disposition. So
I think he had like a tool,
did,
like maybe pliers. or something to to shoplift,
So
or
I
maybe
don't
like
action
a
that
bag
for
to
that
conceal
reason. So
his
the only matter that
his ill gained
I know I
earnings,
can't
if you
do
will.
it. I have to go to.
Hey, what up, DM? For a magnet remover, yup. So pretty much that's what he was doing. He was like from going from store to store. He was it was pre planned, if you will. Do you know how many people is innocent that are sitting? Oh, it's a lot. One too many, if you ask me.
On those two matters, you still will have a hearing on probation revocation, possible disposition hearing on July 10th at 8:30. But my order will reflect the reasons why
She's not happy. She's not a
I
happy
did
judge.
no action those matters. So, and I do understand that you were recently placed in jail custody on one of these probation matters, correct? In May, you were sentenced to a number of days in confinement, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember.
Okay.
But
What up, Tracy?
since I'm already sentenced, would I?
What up,
like,
Triple?
would that be like on top of like my sentence?
No, so that's what I was trying to explain to you, is that I made a note in your order so that when you go to court, that they will understand that I'm going to have Mr. Marino have a seat. I'm going to add some more notes into the order just so that the judge that hears your case will know that the reason why this violation came up is because a direct complaint was filed. But the date of the offenses that was noted in that direct complaint was prior to you violate the original violation of probation, which you went to disposition on in May. So no further action should be taken because of that. Does that make sense?
Okay, so I wouldn't be getting additional time.
Well, I mean, that's up to the judge. I'm just letting the judge know how I viewed this today. And I don't know if any other information will be presented, but based on how I'm reviewing the information that is available to me today, that's why I am no actioning this case. So I'm going to go ahead and have you have a seat if you have no other questions for me. But so I'm also going to caution you against attempting to pay your bond, because I did review on another matter that you were, I believe that you were sentenced to time in jail. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you attempt to pay the bond, it's not going to secure your release because you're serving your jail time, but your bond allows you to continue to earn credit for your time that you were in custody. So do you understand that?
Okay.
Okay, so if you will have a seat, I'm going to just take a brief recess and I'll be right back.
Brief recess? Come on, Judge.
So I'm going to come back to the podium?
No, I'm just going to, I have to fix your order. So if you'll have a seat.
She's going to nap. She needs a recess. Dude, this lady, I cannot. Man, wrong with this lady. Hey, what up, Kimberly? How's it going? She gotta take a crap. She gotta take a boo boo, if you will. Maybe she's went to sleep. Man, maybe nap time. Hey, what up, Vic? She said she wait for your paperwork. Hey, what up, Amber? Or a quarter pounder. Or hey, if you're in the UK or Europe, it would be what is a quarter? No, not a quarter pounder. It's a royale with cheese, if you will. I missed the first of the live. What did the dude in the room do? He hasn't came out yet. We're still waiting for him. But I'm assuming maybe he did something bad, because normally they have them come first, but they didn't call him up. So 50-50, I would say I'm leaning more towards a bad case. What kind of bad case? I don't know. PD is there. Yup. Damn. QP sound. Got quarter pounder sound good right about now. What's this judge's name? Laura. Did anybody catch the judge's name? Oh, it's last name is Dyer. 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 First name is gonna be Genene. There it is. Is this live? Right, Caesar. I hope so, Caesar. I pride myself on being alive. Let me see. I think the state is waiting on him too. Yup, they are. You're welcome. Corn dog writes, yup. Let me see. Judge Sleepy. Oh, hold up. So yeah. Thank you, Joey. So for those of you that are new here, this is live. This is happening in real time. I'm not AI generated. What you see behind me is not AI generated either. There will be court tomorrow. Tomorrow is 4th of July. We should be having a morning session. We'll probably be going live throughout the day. I won't be on for the night ones because I'm gonna be out. We're gonna be barbecuing some hot dogs and some burgers, if you will. We're not gonna be doing any fireworks. Caesar is all pre-recorded with AI images, right? John. Let me see if in your other channel that's nah my everything that's being streamed. I normally stream it live. So on my other channel, you're watching the court from Dade County, Florida. That is live. And if you want to check out my other channels, check out my profile. I do have other social media platforms that I run on a daily basis, nonstop, 24/7. So if you have an itch for court, then you will. Hopefully, it'll meet that itch, if you will. Let me see. Hey, what's up, Lord? Only James mustache is AI generated. Did somebody say mustache? I haven't brushed a mustache in quite some time. Court is not done for today. Arizona has court every 3 hours, so the next court after this one in Arizona is going to be at 11 a.m. and then 2 p.m., 5 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Let me see. Hey, what up, Teresa? How's it going? The itch is real life, laughing out loud. It's every 3 hours. It's every three, I think. Yeah, no, it's every three. Hey, I can't complain. I got a day off, so I'm able to do some of these streams. What up, D Unicorn? I usually go watch body cam footage after these lives. Felony. You see, did they make public P accessible yet? I'm not sure. James is a prisoner in that room at the that is yeah. He just recently came off the streets. If you could see, he has like a black hoodie on, and he probably got picked up within the last few hours. Dayton, I'm not sure where that's at, but I'll look it up. Any other courts open to watch? Yeah. So right now, Pima County is gonna start at 9 a.m. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna try to get into Let me see. I'm gonna try to get into deadbeat court in I think deadbeat court starts at 9 in the morning. So let me try to get into maybe they'll let me in today. Let me see where's my link for that. Deadbeat court would be Polk County, if you will. So I'm gonna let me see. Let me click on the link here. Hopefully they let us in today to Polk County. I like Polk County, and I know you guys enjoy Polk County too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. What should I name myself for Polk County? Judd Grady. Yup, that's the sheriff there. Hey, what's up, Nessa? How's it going? Hey, what up, Boston guy? Welcome back. Do I look like a Ryan Jones? Do I sound like a Ryan Jones? I gotta throw them off. I can be, because with James Flores, they don't be letting me in. Judge James. Not calling you that, okay? I miss your lies. John Wayne. John Wayne Gacy James. You don't sound like one. Ay. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna put Pedro. No tortillas. Pedro. Or Victor Fuentes. Let's see, I'll do Pedro Fuentes. All right. You call yourself. Yeah, what does he do? Oh, Chapo. Hey, man. Or should I name myself Mela? First name Mela. ¿Qué pasa, James? What up, Jeanette Lynn? Yeah. Try a woman. Hey, you know what? No, but then, because sometimes they'll call me. That's gonna throw them off. Imagine I put like a woman's name and then I'm like, hello. That might throw them in for a loop there if you a cheech. Hey, baller. No, Judge James. We'll see if they let me in. Normally they'll ask me what I'm here for in Polk County. Let me see here. I gotta get Pima County ready. No, thank you. What do you guys think about the What do you guys think about the Diddy trial, if you will? Let me see here. I'm trying to get another stream going that I'm gonna be streaming on one of our other platforms. Like I said, I normally run numerous streams here, so I'm getting that. I'm currently getting that ready. Discussed it with the verdict. How much prison time is he gonna be getting? Because he got found guilty of some, right? Not of all. The RICO Act is the one that they acquitted him on, from what I hear. All right, this court is ready to go here. All right, all right. Let me see. We will find out in October when he has court again. Let me see. House arrest. What time is it starting? So the next court starts at 9, but we won't be going over to that until this one finishes up. Once this one finishes up, then we'll go ahead and transfer on over or switch on over. Let me see. 10 years for every charge, and there is two. Yeah, that's what happens when you got money. When you got money, you could definitely buy those high priced lawyers, and that'll definitely help him out huge. They denied his bail. Hey, what up? Imperfectly perfect. Let me see. He ain't doing time. Hey, what up? Yeah, what up, whiskey? Hey, thank you for the follow. And if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free 99. Are you out of your mind? Doesn't cost you anything to follow. Also, sharing and tapping the screen. We got 34,000 taps. Highly appreciate you guys. That's the only thing that I ask for around here. I would be for follows, sharing, and tapping the screen. That's it. It ain't that hard. It's free. Everybody could afford that, right? Everybody could afford following, sharing, and tapping the screen. Hey, what up, Gail? How are you been at? It's free, man. Come on. How you gonna be shisty with the follows, the shares, the comments? It's all free. What do you think that man has done behind? I'm guessing. I'm thinking it's gonna be something real bad. 50-50 chance, I would say. Either that or a fugitive from another place. Let me see. I can't tab because I'm I'm taking a nap. I've been working. Hey, I know that, Gail. I know, man. We all gotta work. Unfortunately. Let me see here. So right now, if anybody that's just stepping in right now, you guys are wondering what happened. I have YouTube Premium. I don't know if you have ads or not. Yeah, there's a lot of ads, Hector. So yeah, you're not missing out on anything on the ads. For a long time, I didn't have ads, but I ended up monetizing the account. So, where the hell did that judge go? She's gone. Let me see. I have 1 minute to work left. Let me see. She went to sleep. Did the judge change her? Big deuce. Hey, all I know, if I was a sitting judge up there, I would have to be taking all kinds of breaks to use the restroom. Hey, thank you for the follow, Gigi. Highly appreciate that. Be like Gigi, hit that follow button. Bubble guts. She's taking a big masa. She went to drop one, flush one, if you will. Hey, thank you, Bosch. I highly appreciate you hitting that follow. Gigi, thank you for that daily heart. Highly appreciate you. Your courts are so different to us in Australia. Yeah, the American justice system is definitely a trip. Hey, in Australia, do the judges be wearing those wigs that look like mops? Those white wigs, like they do over there in Britain. Judge smoking a loud pack before she hears crazy stuff. Hey, she might. Yeah, sometimes those wigs always throw me off. Do they wear those wigs in Canada too? Smoking with the inmates. The mops. Let me see. Why are we claiming these gifts on here when we send hearts or anything? Anyone know? For the hearts, I don't think I get anything. The hearts are just I guess to help me like in the ranking system or something. I really don't understand this stuff. So let me see. The High Court does. And then that would be in Australia, right? Hey, thank you, Tulip. Hey, how you been? Let me see. You mean the fan points? Let me see. Yeah, you're a member just makes you level up. The heart is your team. Me either. Yeah, hey, what up, Chad? Yo, what up, Chad? Welcome back. Hey, what up? Tulip, hello. Let me see. Mops and brooms, make sure we have those. Let me see. Everyone, every time you did the flush, I thought that was in the court. Where's the court at today? This is Maricopa County. Mario is the best, right, Amber? Let me see. Any sound effects? Nah, you know what? I need to add one because I have one that I don't use. I have this one. This is if you're from the 80s and 90s, then you guys will recognize this sound. This one I need to swap it out. I'm thinking about adding the unsolved mystery sound to that one. Or what do you guys think will be a that's right, the next tail. What do you guys think will be a good sound effect? Where you at? What the hell? Okay. All right, she's back. Damn, she was really struggling with that one. Hey, what up, G? All rise. My scanner still does that. Hey, thank you, Bosch, for that. For that.
Mr. Moreno, if you'd please come back to the podium. So, Mr. Moreno, on those violations of probation matters, you will not have a court date on those. I know action them. So the only thing that you will be seen on is the new case, the direct complaint. The officer is going to give you your paperwork that just reflects everything that I just explained to you. The orders are corrected, and the judges will all know what happened because I put notes in for you, okay?
Okay.
All right. The direct complaint, that will be, the status hearing will be on July 9th at 8:30, and the preliminary hearing will be July 11th at 8:30.
Okay. So then I shouldn't be worried to be like about anything?
So because you have a bond on this matter, and I know that you are in custody of the sheriff's office, they will transport you to your hearings. Okay, so you won't miss any hearings.
Okay, so then I don't need to say anything when I go to court, or?
Well, you'll have an attorney at that point, and your attorney will advise you what's going to happen from there.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, so then nothing's getting filed right now? So.
No, you have a direct complaint was filed.
Why is he so worried?
The violations of probation, those were already done. Those were taken care of in May, and that's why you're in custody.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thanks. Okay.
Like trying to get out of pay his debt to society. Come on, don't be committing the crime if you can't do
Mr.
the
Kelly,
time.
if you'll please come to the podium. Mr. Miller, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
I love the brown-headed judge in Florida. Judge Glazer?
Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Isaac Kelly, 8/12/1988.
Sir, you are here today because you have 2 probation violation warrants. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in both matters. You'll have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 10th at 8:30. Each of your warrants had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Your total secured appearance bond is $1,000. If you are able to post bond, make sure you appear for your court date. Failure to appear would result in the loss of any bond that you post, and warrants will issue for your arrest.
Yeah, I'm
Everything
here.
that I needed to advise you of. If you have no questions for me, feel free to your left
4563.
officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Miller? And Mr. Ramirez, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
Mr.
Mr. Miller, will you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Jeff Miller, 11/7/80.
Thank you. You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 10th at 8:30. Your warrant, so you had 2. You have one warrant for $500 and the other one was for $750. So your total secured appearance bond is $1,250. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure you appear for your court date. Failure to do so would result in the loss of the bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of. If you have no questions for me, it feels up to your left officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Ramirez, will you please come to the podium? And Ticia Morgan, will you please have a seat in the chair?
Yeah, I have no idea what an affiliate link is
Hello,
yet.
sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Edward Ramirez,
And your date of birth?
January 2nd, 1981.
Thank you. You are here today on a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 10th at 8:30. Your warrant, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If you're able to post bond, you do need to appear for your court date. If you fail to appear for your court date, any bond that you post would be lost. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Yeah, I won't be DMing you. I'm not interested in getting affiliated. Thank you.
Ms. Morgan, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. George Rojas, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Oh, okay. Mr. Francisco Bosco, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Thank you.
What up, Tammy?
Ma'am, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Tricia Morgan, 2494.
What up, Brittany?
Thank you. You are here today on 3 matters. You have 1 new case, and then you have 2 probation violation warrants. On the new case, you were charged with 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug, a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on July 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 11th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. As to your probation violation warrants, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in both of those matters. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on July 10th at 8:30.
She does.
Each of your warrants had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. So between your 3 cases, you have a total secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,500. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for all of your court dates. If you fail to appear for your court dates, any bond that you post will be lost. Warrants will issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
And like that, she's gone like a candle in the wind. Hey.
Francisco.
Hey.
And Ms. Mays, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Sir, can you state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Francisco Basoco, December 1st, 2005.
Okay. Thank you. You are here today
Or out then.
a direct complaint was filed where you were charged with 2 counts of organized retail theft, class 4 felonies, alleged to have occurred on October 2nd of 2023 and October 4th of 2023. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You do have a status conference hearing on July 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 21st at 8:30. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear?
Yes, ma'am.
If you fail to appear for your court date, as well as failure to comply with your release conditions, which include no returning to the scene of the alleged crime or initiating any contact with the alleged victims, failure to appear or failure to comply with your release conditions will result in a warrant issuing for your arrest and a bond would be imposed. That takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of. If you have no questions for me, you'll step to your left. The officer will give you a paper.
I do have some questions. So I just wanted to inform you that about the warrant. I didn't know. The officer told me I had a warrant for a year, and I had no idea the whole time. I never got a letter, a phone call, nothing.
That's not unusual. What will happen is that something will come to you in the mail. If you've moved from the time that you had police contact, if the address changed, you may not receive it. And so when that comes back, when the mail returns back, then a warrant is issued. That will be the only way to have you come in and address the issue. So it's not, nothing negative is noted. It's just that you didn't, there was no correct information for you, so a warrant was issued.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ms. Mays, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Montano, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Ms. Mays, will you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Sarah Mays, January 10th, 2001.
You are here today because a warrant was issued out of Goodyear Municipal Court. Due to the nature of the charge, you are not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on July 23rd at 1 p.m. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
Yes, ma'am.
So please be advised that if you fail to appear for your court date, the recommended bond for you in this matter was, it looks like $578. So if you don't appear for your court date, another warrant is going to issue for your arrest. And that's going to, at a minimum, probably be your bond, and that will likely be imposed if you fail to appear. Do you understand? Yes? Okay, that takes care of everything I needed to advise you of. If you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Montano, will you please come to the podium? Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Omar Montano Duarte, December 1st, 92.
You are here today because a direct complaint was filed where you were charged with 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug, a class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6. You in this matter, you will have a status conference hearing on July 17th. The date of those alleged offenses is September 19th of 2024. You will have a status conference hearing on July 17th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing on July 21st at 8:30. I am going to release you to pretrial services, but you do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear? Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. If you fail to appear for your court dates or you fail to comply with your release conditions, a warrant will issue for your arrest and a bond will be imposed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of. If you have no questions for me, you'll step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Sakang, if you'll please come to the podium. And Ms. Lowray, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Devin Sukgang, April 27, 2007.
You were here today on a new case. You were charged with 4 counts of criminal trespass, class 2 misdemeanors. The dates of those offenses are June 17th, May 12th, May 24th, and June 2nd of this year. I did find probable cause as to all of those counts. Due to the nature of the offenses, you are not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You will have an arraignment hearing on July 22nd at 9 a.m. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear? And a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond would be imposed.
What this four eyes do?
Yeah.
Okay, this takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of today. If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
I don't think he's gonna do good in jail, but that's just my guess there.
Okay, so we are ready for Mr. Vogler.
Mr. Who?
Oh, I skipped over her name, so thank you for wrangling me this morning.
He got out.
Ma'am, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Yes, it's going to be Lindsay Lowry, 09/24/1996.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of trafficking stolen property, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of taking the identity of another, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of theft of a credit card, a Class 5 felony, and 1 count of theft or control of property, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The date of these alleged offenses is October 25th of 2024.
Naomi, thank you.
This didn't save I appointed an attorney for her as well. And
Arizona.
so I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on July 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 21st at 8:30. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services, but you do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear? If you fail to comply with your release conditions, which include you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim. A failure to comply or failure to appear for your court dates would result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond would be imposed. Do you understand?
Yes.
This completes my advice to you. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
Damn it, eh? Up to Harbor she goes. Putting on an act. Oh, all right, here comes the state. What kind of case do you guys think this is going to be here? They didn't say clear the room, so it might not be a bad case.
Good morning.
What up, JB? From Chi-Town.
Mr. Volker, will you please state your first and last name?
Paul Vogler, spelled V as in Victor, Ogler.
And your date of birth?
1/17/1982.
Counsel, would you like to state your appearance?
Yes, Your Honor. David Campbell with DM Cantor. Our office entered a limited notice of appearance for Mr. Vogler for the purposes of this hearing only.
I'm not sure, Chad.
Thank you. So, Mr. Vogler, you were here as a fugitive of justice. This warrant is out of Minnesota.
Did they ever reply to you, Chad?
I'm going to explain a few things to you regarding the extradition process. You have the right to have an extradition hearing. You're entitled to bond in this matter. You can hire an attorney at your own expense, which you have done. An extradition requires a warrant to be signed by both the governor here in Arizona and the governor in Minnesota. This warrant, this extradition process can take between 60 and 90 days. I'm not sure exactly. I know that there's a limited. The state is not. The notice of appearance says the state versus Mr. Vogler. There is no criminal charges from Arizona pending against him. This is a warrant out of Minnesota, so I'm not sure, Mr. Campbell, what you would like to do today or what you've advised your client on.
Sure, and my apologies, Your Honor. That was
it's a stream
form notice of appearance that was put together earlier this morning. So at this point, he would not be waiving. He would be asking for a $25,000 secured appearance bond in this case. He has no ties to Minnesota. He has no contact with this alleged victim. He hasn't spoken to her in over 6 years. This is a situation that stems from a father who is simply trying to look out for the best interests of his children. He has tried to go through the necessary court process, speak with law enforcement, do the things that he's supposed to be doing. Who is attempting to weaponize this entire system and get him put away for something that he is simply trying to, he's simply trying to look out for the best interests of his children.
So, Mr. Campbell, I'm going to go ahead and you can make whatever argument that you want to. I have no jurisdiction over whatever Minnesota orders.
Understood.
What up, JC?
So they're warrants, and typically when we receive these warrant requests for fugitive of justice, we simply affirm whatever the bond is and whatever is recommended, because we don't have jurisdiction and we do not have access to records. Here, the warrant has a cash bond in the amount of $100,000, and then a limited information regarding the charges that were filed. And that's pretty much all the information that this court has. And so we would affirm that at this point, I would affirm whatever the bond is in the warrant. You would have a court date, an initial hearing in front of Judge Spencer or Commissioner Spencer on July 21st at 1:30. And if you will be representing him, then I imagine that you would probably be working on getting any other information from Minnesota, but and I'm not sure if you're licensed in Minnesota or not. So I'm not sure like how representation goes in these matters that are out of state. But that's how, for me at this time, I would be affirming the bond that is in the warrant.
Somebody's using the
for the bond, for the purposes of the fugitive of justice bond here, the bail here in Arizona.
It's not that, it's what's in the warrant.
So the bond for the warrant is for the state of Minnesota. And so I'm asking for his bail while he's pending extradition to be set at $25,000 secures here in Arizona.
He's not being charged with anything here in Arizona, so it's not appropriate for me to do that. What's appropriate is that he's here as a fugitive of justice out of Minnesota, and this is an extradition process that it's going to be working between the state of Arizona and the state of Minnesota on getting him to back to Minnesota. So the options are that he can pay the bond, or the other option is that he could waive the extradition process. If he chooses to waive the extradition process, he would not be eligible for bond, and Minnesota would have 30 days from tomorrow to come pick him up.
Damn, she writes loud. She's definitely putting that pen to paper, if you will. He ain't going anywhere. He's gonna get picked up. You ain't going nowhere, buddy.
He does not want to waive. We will work on.
And actually, I will change that, because if the way that it reads is that it's a bond or cash bail, $100,000. I can change that to secured appearance.
100,000 macaronis?
On anything, since you were here.
Yes, Your Honor, the state would ask that the court affirms the bond as society. Minnesota?
Yeah.
Minnesota. And I believe you're on the set of the cash.
No, so when I went back, I reviewed the warrant again just to make sure that I'm reading it correctly. And I did miss that it said bond or cash bail in the amount of $100,000. So it appears to me that if it's saying bond, that it could be a secured bond, secured or cash, either or.
Is this live?
That's my interpretation
What's
of the
going
warrant
on?
without any further information, because there's very limited information. Okay, well, you can share your interpretation, because it just says bond or cash bail. But there's the or in between. It says bond or cash bail.
You know what I could do with 100,000 smackaroonies?
It said $100,000 bond or cash bail. That's the whole sentence.
Damn,
$100,000 bond or cash bail. That's the whole sentence.
Hey, what up, Molly?
$100,000 and then bond or cash sale. But both
Damn,
of them
100,000 macaronis.
Correct. So I'm going to interpret it that it is a secured appearance
100,000
bond of
Arizona
$100,000.
I'll pay on my house, right?
And Your Honor, I would agree with your assessment there, and we would ask that you impose a secured appearance bond at this point.
Okay, so
That's right, John.
I am going to order a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000. You will have a hearing on July 21st at 1:30. Let me just need to reprint out the order, and everything that we can do here today regarding this matter. If there's nothing further from either counsel.
Thank you, Judge. Hold on 1 second. We'll go back here. Just give me 2 seconds.
Ms. Howe, are you also going to be appearing on the Blanche matter as well?
Yes.
Okay.
That fool ain't going nowhere. Ooh, clear the gallery.
Mr. Rojas is a house call. Do we know why?
He's on Tuesday motion.
Okay. George Rojas, date of birth, June 13th, 1973. He is here on a warrant out of El Mirage Municipal Court. He is not physically present in court today due to concerns of self-harm. Due to the nature of the charge, he is not entitled to court-appointed counsel. He does have an arraignment hearing on July 22nd at 8:30. I am inclined to release him on his own recognizance. He will be advised that if he fails to appear for his court date, that a warrant will be issued for his arrest and a bond will be imposed. After I meet with Mr. Rojas, if any changes are needed,
Tracy?
I will do so either on the record or in writing.
Clear the gallery. That's what she said, right? She said clear the gallery? I think that's what she said.
Excuse me, please cut.
I think they're about done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop right there. Alfred, stop right there.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Vogler, sorry.
And then, Mr. Campbell, I believe we have a copy of, or did you get your copy of the brief? Okay. Then the deputy will let you out.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. All right.
What up, Bells? Hey, Alex C4, thank you for the...
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate that. Be like Alex. Hit that follow button. It's free 99. Don't be a Scrooge
Mr.
McDuck.
Bell, if you will just come to the podium, thank you so much.
Don't be a Mr. Krabby Patty.
Say your first and last name and your date of birth.
Joshua Blount, August 10th, 2006.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 2 counts of molestation of a child.
Ah, wow. That's why they cleared up the...
I believe this is a class 2 felony. I'm so sorry, the felony class is not noted, but I believe it's a class 2 felony.
For sure, Bells. He definitely started young. Too young. Unbelievable.
I'll be with everybody in just a moment. I'm just going to make sure.
Basura, trash. He did what? I can't even repeat it. That word's not even in my vocabulary. Can't even use that. Sickening, just sickening.
So, molestation of a child, a class 2 felony, 2 counts of sexual conduct with a minor.
Somebody needs to unplug your keyboard. Hopefully they put him in the wrong holding cell, if you will. I don't know, man. It's just the things people will do when they think that people are not looking. Cell 16.
That is a class 6 felony.
With Big Al. With Big Al.
One count of luring a minor for sexual exploitation. Believe is a class 6 felony. And
Man, individuals like that should be going to. Those are the individuals that should be putting in the Everglades Alcatraz, if you will. Not people that are working. You tell me you start throwing people like that over there with those type of charges, I'm all for it.
Probable cause as to, and the date of these alleged offenses is September 24th of 2024. I did find probable cause as to all of the counts. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on July 9th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 11th at 8:30. Ms. Sauer, do you want to be heard on release conditions or the state's recommendations at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is requesting a high cash
It flooded?
bond
No, I didn't hear that.
$50,000.
I'm not surprised though.
The nature of the allegations, the repetitiveness occurring on more than one occasion, the age of the victim, only 14 years old, and further it posted, obviously no returning to the scene, which I believe was the victim's house, no contact with that victim, but no contact with any minors and no internet at all, because the Form 4 indicates the defendant was trolling on social media and found and lured the victim in that manner and could potentially attempt to do so with more underage minors.
Alligator Alcatraz, they're saying
also
that
posted
flooded.
electronic monitoring is requested.
Don't cover your face now, buddy.
The court did consider the state's recommendations, probable cause statement, as well as the financial information and the criminal history of Mr. Blount. Based on all of that, I am going to order a $100,000 secured appearance bond.
On the 19th, or
if you are able to post bond, you will be released to pretrial services with electronic monitoring. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims. You cannot have any contact with any minor children. You cannot access the internet through any electronic means. You cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. Ms. Sauer, did you want to be heard on anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so that takes care of everything that I needed to advise you of, Mr. Blount. If you are Blount, I'm so sorry. Do you have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, the officer, we did have to reprint out his order. So we're going to grab that for you, and then you can go ahead and go into holding. This concludes the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar. We stand in recess until 11 a.m.
so he did some pretty disgusting things to a 14-year-old child. We'll leave it at that. Let me. I'm gonna switch over to a different court right now. Let's see what we have going on today.
Court date is going to be July 14th at 10:30 in the morning. That's going to be at Pima County Justice Court. You do have to appear at that date and time. If you fail to appear, they could issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand that, Ms. Thompson?
Yes.
You're all done for today, ma'am.
There we go. All right, this is Pima County. This is live also. Let me see, turn it a little bit so you guys can see the individuals right here. All right, there we go. Hopefully,
Hi, tell me your name.
Andrew Price Tribble.
Mr. Trouble, you're being
What up,
seen
Brent?
today on, looks like a Marana City Court matter.
I can't
but
believe
it
that,
also
Turner.
looks like you have some felonies that you're being held on. So we're here to talk about your conditions of release
What
on
up,
a
C?
drug
Wow.
paraphernalia and failure to appear in Marana City Court.
All right, Hector,
dating
have a
back
good one.
To, it looks like November of 24 was
What up,
the
Tammy?
offense date, and they issued a warrant after you failed to appear in January of 2025.
Why does it sound like the same
You
judge?
do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
What up, Taylor? He's looking tough.
I am going
rough.
to release
What up,
you
the
on the
one and
Marana
real
City
Big J?
Court case, so that's not going to continue to hold you, and I'm going to give you a future court date on that.
Pima
But
County
you're
is
not
Tucson.
actually going to get released until
What up,
your
Renee?
felony matter gets
What
resolved.
up,
Do you
Nicole?
understand that, sir?
Yes.
So
My father died. My father died yesterday in my arms, and
In your arms.
I'm the only one out there to be able to establish like a funeral services or cremation for him.
You're not out there.
So I don't
You're in
know.
the inside.
I got arrested because I called 911
Okay.
basically to
Why'd you
get him
come
an
in?
ambulance, and that's why I'm here. And
So, Mr.
I
Trump,
don't.
If he died in your arms, what you
Yeah.
call an ambulance
do
for?
you know who your attorney is on the felony case that you're being held on?
Kitty, or her name's yeah, she's
Is she a public
I don't-
defense? Is she with the
yeah,
public defender's office?
oh yes, yeah, she is.
I would encourage you to call them. Like I said, this matter that I'm seeing you on today, I don't have anything to do with the felony case. I'm not here to talk about that one at all. What I'm telling you is on this misdemeanor
Chad.
case out of Marana, I'm going to release you
What
and
up,
give you
Angela?
a new court date of August 6th at 10. Now, if for some reason you're still in custody, the jail will make sure you appear, or help you appear, or figure that out with Marana Court. But if you do
Thank you,
get
Bren.
released, you have to appear in Marana City Court at that date and time. If you get released, you're going to get paperwork, and that will help you remember because it'll have the date and time on it and where you need to be. I'm very sorry to hear about your father. I would strongly encourage you to get a hold of your attorney on your felony case and see if there's something that they can do to help you with that.
Okay, thank you.
Right? That's all for today on this matter, Mr. Tribble.
Imagine if that's true what he said.
Hi, sir. Tell me your name.
Troy Anthony Clayton Jr.
Mr. Clayton, you are here today on a charge of criminal trespass at the warrant out of Tucson City Court. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. If I release you on this charge, will you promise to actually go to City Court and get this resolved?
Sick V-neck.
Right. I am going to release you on this charge today. You're not allowed to return back to the incident location, wherever that criminal trespass occurred. Do not go back there. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is going to be August 11th at 9 o'clock in the morning at Tucson City Court. You must appear at that date and time. If you don't, they're going to issue another warrant for your arrest. Do you understand the consequences if you don't go to court?
Yes, ma'am.
When you get released later today, you are going to get copies of the paperwork. It's going to have the date and time and also the address and phone number for Tucson City Court. Make sure you take that piece of paper with you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All done.
Hey, for anybody that's wondering, just be aware that everybody, normally there's a higher percentage of people just getting released in Pima County. There's a lot of DUIs, there's a lot of
Ma'am, tell me your
DV,
name.
and a lot of shoplifting.
Mr. Gola, you are here today
He got
on
out.
charges of, says aggravated assault, but they are misdemeanor offenses. So
Anybody
assault
interested?
and contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Anybody want to pick her
These
up?
are misdemeanor charges currently out of Tucson City Court. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say
What up,
can and
Jenna?
will be used against you.
She sleeved
If I
up.
release you
Hell
on
yeah,
these
right,
charges
straight wood.
today, will you promise to show up at a court date that I give you in the future?
Yes.
You are also not going to be allowed to have any contact with the victims in this case who are your minor children. Based on report for me, it does look like DCS is involved in your case and they are representing your children.
Oh,
If I release
that's
you, you're
not
going to
good.
have to agree to abide by that condition. Do you understand?
Yes.
You must also abide by any DCS conditions.
Is she crying? Is that a make a cry
And commit
face?
no acts of domestic violence.
She's kind of pixelated.
Will you agree to do all of that if I release you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I am going to release you on your promise to appear with those conditions today. This is also the time for your arraignment. You are presumed innocent. I'm going to enter pleas if not guilty on your behalf. Your next court date is going to be August 4th at 9 o'clock in front of Judge Maldonado at Tucson City Court. You do have to appear at that date and time. If you fail to appear, they could issue a warrant for your arrest. They could also go forward with that hearing in your absence and set future hearings, including a trial in your absence.